Parliamentary updates.
The Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with the United Nations system in Trinidad and Tobago, hosted a regional parliamentary retreat on Agenda 2030 and Building Caribbean Resilience on November 8th and 9th, 2017 at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Parliamentarians from 15 Caribbean countries and representatives from a dozen development agencies met to address the challenges posed by climate change, which affect the achievement of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Food and Agriculture Organization Sub-Regional Coordinator Dr. Listra Fletcher-Paul spoke of the appropriateness of the retreat.
The retreat is timely as it comes on the heels of one of the most active hurricane seasons in recorded history of the Caribbean. And it's not over yet. We still have November to go. 2 Category 5 hurricanes, Irma and Maria, just weeks apart, left nothing but destruction in their wake as they moved through the Northern Caribbean. Entire sectors were destroyed in a matter of a few hours, posing serious threats to food security and human health, and leaving leaders scrambling to find much-needed resources to help rebuild while meeting the immediate relief needs of their citizens. The aim of this retreat is to inform parliamentarians of the region of resilience planning and strategies, and to help you as lawmakers in preparing to help your countries and to assist other Caribbean neighbors in rebuilding after climate disasters.
Dr. Fletcher-Paul went on to say that the United Nations is aware of the role legislators play in achieving Caribbean resilience to natural disasters.
The UN has recognized the key role that parliamentarians can and do play in the successful adoption and implementation of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, as well as other global agreements. Challenges with food security, human health, and financing can affect many other sectors, both directly and indirectly. For example, agriculture plays an important role not only in food and nutrition security, but also in rural employment. With an annual food import bill of over $4 billion, the efforts of Caribbean governments to promote local food production are undermined by natural disasters. And evidence suggests that climate change and the occurrence of more intense and frequent events, such as the ones that we have experienced this year, is likely to be the new norm.
She also touched on the health aspect of resilience.
In terms of the health sector, every year disasters claim the lives of millions of people and destroy critical health infrastructure, resulting in disruption of basic services and limited or no access to health care for many. Increased investment and research in sustainable agriculture and food systems, as well as improved healthcare systems, are proven accelerators of sustainable development that help countries realize multiple sustainable development goals and result in improved resilience in our countries.
Also addressing participants was President of the Senate, Senator the Honorable Christine Kangaloo.
This is an important retreat in an important year. Caribbean countries have suffered enormous devastation during this year's hurricane season. Where hurricanes were not at play, flooding and landslides associated with torrential rainfall have wreaked their own brand of havoc throughout the region. And just last Sunday, here in Trinidad and Tobago, a 5.7 earthquake 71 kilometers from Tobago rocked both islands, with the worrying contemporary wisdom being that the country is overdue for a more catastrophic event. As countries in the main, surrounded by the sea, and possessed of a unique tropical topography that makes us particularly susceptible to events such as volcanoes and earthquakes, the Caribbean region is particularly at risk for natural disasters. The time is therefore always right for a retreat of this nature. We need constantly to remind ourselves of the need for sustained focus on the threats that surround us, and of the means by which stakeholders can play their part in ensuring that our societies and regional agencies continue to place on the front burner the question of resilience and emergency responses in cases of natural disasters.
Senator Kangaloo stressed that the state must lead the campaign for citizens adopting disaster risk mitigating behaviors.
The Sendai framework in particular is a 15-year voluntary, non-binding agreement that recognizes that the state has the primary role to reduce disaster risk, but that responsibility should be shared with other stakeholders, including local government, the private sector, and other stakeholders. It aims for the substantial reduction of disaster risk and losses in lives, livelihoods, and health, and in the economic, physical, social, cultural, and environmental assets of people, businesses, communities, and countries. It sets out specific targets and priorities for action with a strong emphasis on disaster risk management, the reduction of disaster risk, the prevention of new risk, and on reducing existing risk and strengthening resilience. The Sendai framework also covers for the first time technological disasters.
The retreat focused on three main themes: food and nutrition security and resilience, health security resilience, and resilience budgeting. Experts from the UN and other development partners, including the Association of Caribbean States, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, conducted interactive sessions with parliamentarians on the thematic discussions. Stay tuned for more parliamentary updates. For more information, visit our website at www.ttparliament.org and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
Parliamentary updates.